Friends, today I'm going to give you a look inside this new AllerMates bag that I got for carrying our auto-injectors. Hi friends, I know that it has been a while since I posted anything. We have been inundated with winter sickness and injury the last few months, and it has been really challenging to get anything filmed and edited. So anyways, I wanted to show you something that I bought a few months ago that I'm just now getting packed up, and this is an AllerMates bag that I purchased from Amazon, but you can buy them from allermates.com as well. And it comes with a strap. So here on the back, if you look carefully, this strap opens up so you could clip it straight on a belt. It could go vertical right over a belt, but then it also has a belt that is included. So if you have a kiddo that is self-carrying, you can loop it through and they can self-carry it that way. Then it also includes name and information on the outside, as well as a carabiner. If you're having a kiddo or older person self-carrying, then it can be right on the outside of their backpack if you want. And then when you open it up, there are a few features on this that I think make this a really worthwhile purchase, even though it is a little bit more expensive than some of the other options. They are handy features that I think that you'll really enjoy. So I already have this set up with 2 EpiPens and an Auvi-Q trainer. So when you look at this bag, it is designed to hold 2 EpiPens on one side and 2 Auvi-Qs on the other. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. So for a self-carrying child, this part in the middle where it has your information and all of your allergies listed is really awesome, because especially if they're in someone else's care, it's really important to have all of that available. Here are reminders for kiddos on the back. I think I'm going to put this little checkoff sheet in here if I can. It has safety reminders about not sharing food, don't accept food from anybody else, learn the signs of a reaction, and alert somebody. But my kiddo's not going to read that. And so I think I'm going to put, they also include this AllerMates, how to use different types of auto-injectors. I'm going to put this chart in the back, I think, because it's always good. I really like that they included that. And it's always good to have a reminder, especially when you're in a stressful circumstance, how to use the different pens. We need to know how to use our emergency medication when we need it. So I originally bought this bag thinking that I would put in my husband's EpiPens and my son's Auvi-Q. So because I thought, oh, it'll hold both. But if you look carefully at it, it's really designed to be dual purpose, so you can use whichever one you want. You probably could figure out a way to fit all 4, but it would be really tight. So, and also I realized that I don't have that orientation in medicine right now. So I'm showing you with a trainer and how I would also include Zyrtec up here. So here is a little pocket, and AllerMates includes this tiny little bottle with up to 2 teaspoons of medicine on here. So it's perfect to have a dose of Zyrtec or Benadryl. So I think that's really awesome. Me personally, after I fill this up, I'm going to put it in another little Ziploc baggie just in case, so that I don't have an issue with it leaking. So if you notice that this is taking up one of the slots for one of the Auvi-Q trainers, or one of the Auvi-Q auto-injectors. So it's important to me to have Zyrtec with me at all times. So I think you probably could figure out a way to maybe put this over here. Yeah, you could do that. So if you want to have 2 Auvi-Q and 2 EpiPens, you could get the little bottle of Zyrtec and fit it up here above the EpiPens. And I think that would work. I'm going to test that out right after I'm done explaining everything else I wanted to show you. We'll see if it all fits in correctly. The other feature that I really love about this, and I think is one of the most useful features, can you see the thermometer? Oh, the light is making it hard. There's a thermometer right here in the middle, and it goes through room temperatures. We actually used it for a kiddo science fair project as well, which was super helpful. But if you see, it goes from 61 degrees to 96 degrees. So it has all of the temperatures that you're most likely going to encounter that your EpiPens can handle. And this is important because if you're like me, when you originally got EpiPens, you read the directions and they're supposed to say relatively room temperature, a little hotter, a little colder. It's okay for a short amount of time, but they shouldn't be in extreme heat especially. Well, my family hasn't had an issue because if my EpiPens are going over 96 degrees, my family is not happy and we're all moving inside. But this is really important. If you forget your EpiPens in the car in the summer, your EpiPens could get really hot really, really fast. And that is what ruins them. The cold is not as bad for them. for a short amount of time, or maybe one time I've heard, but that's something to discuss with your pharmacist and your doctor if you've had that happen. But I really love this because if you are like me and have left your EpiPens in the car, you know, for a few hours and you come out, this will tell you if they're still safe. So say you only left them in a couple hours, but it was fall and it wasn't that cold, you can tell exactly how cold they got inside this insulated pouch. And so you'll have a really good idea of whether or not they're still usable, and you won't have to go through all the hassle of contacting your pharmacist. So this is my #1 favorite feature, along with the information on the inside. All right, I'm gonna go grab another Auvi-Q, and we're gonna see if we can fit 2 Auvi-Q, 2 EpiPens, and the little bottle for the Zyrtec. I'll be right back. All right, I wanna show you, I found another Auvi-Q trainer, and so we can fit 2 Auvi-Q, 2 EpiPens, and when you move the medicine bottle from here, it will fit right up above the EpiPens here. So again, I would put it in another baggie so it doesn't leak all over everything, just in case. And when you zip it up, it is tight, but it all fits, everybody. So that is awesome. My one recommendation for this company, AllerMates, would be, it would be nice to have the option of carrying either 4 Auvi-Q or 4 EpiPens. If you're like me, your insurance, you get one or the other. You don't end up with 2 of each. I mean, in this current year, I happen to have 2 of one kind and 2 of the other, but we'll probably move to all EpiPens this year with the price of Auvi-Q going up. So here is my look at the AllerMates bag, and it does come in other colors. There are other options. There are some available where you just have a smaller half-size pouch. If you're just carrying just an Auvi-Q, that would work too. But this is one option for carrying your auto-injectors, and I think it's a really great choice. Hope this was helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe down below if you want any more content that is allergy friendly. The week after I filmed my opinion of this AllerMates bag, and I showed you that it could hold 2 Auvi-Q and 2 EpiPen Juniors if you really made it, it became apparent to me that I needed to be carrying more meds with me because my kiddos that have had reactive airway and asthma for years were needing their rescue inhalers when we were out of the house, and we didn't always have them with them previously. They'd only ever needed them when they were sick, and we carried them with us then, or we pre-dosed before we went and did anything. And so now I'm going to show you yet another medicine bag made by AllerMates that I intend to use. This one I'm going to be using to carry mainly if we're going to be doing day trips and things, but also anytime I think that we're going to need to have our inhalers with us. I'm going to up my game and carry this bigger bag. So first I wanted to show you, it has this nice zipper pocket with an information pouch. Oop, doing this one-handed is tricky. Inside, it can hold a little bit, but it's mainly has this information card, and you can flip over the card and it has a spot for you to put more information. It is not as kid-friendly as the ones designed for the self-carry bags with a little checkoff list, but it is a good place to put all of your information. Then when you open it up, this thing is big. Now, there's a couple of reasons I chose this bag. They have 2 different large bags. This one includes a removable small bag in the middle. So this is more designed as an auto-injector case. One of the reasons I bought this bag is I intend to carry this portion of the bag with me all the time. And I'm going to give this to my husband to carry his EpiPens. He goes to the allergist once a month for allergy shots for bees. And seasonal allergies, and he always has to bring his auto-injectors with him, and he's always carrying the box around. So I thought it'd be good for him to have a case where he can put his auto-injectors. All right, so here inside, we have this big zipper pouch. There's a little pocket here. This is a zipper pouch on the back, and it's mesh on the other side, and it flips over. And then you can fit more things here. And then here is my favorite part of these bags are the thermometer strips. Again, your EpiPens are supposed to be stored at room temperature. They're not supposed to get too hot or too cold. The heat is especially bad for them. While this is an insulated case, if you're going to be outside for a really long time in high heat, you might need to consider putting an ice pack in your bag or near it, or put your EpiPen bag inside of a cooler with one small ice pack just to keep the temperature more regulated. I know there are also I mentioned that I was going to need inhalers in multiple doses, and I realized that my family's rescue inhalers are all the same dose. So I'm just going to pack one rescue inhaler because they just take different numbers of puffs depending on their needs. And that way, at least I have one with me. So this is the bare bones of what I need to bring with me anytime I go anywhere for more than like an hour, and anytime there's going to be food. I have Band-Aids, Aquaphor because eczema, you know, Epipen Juniors, Auvi-Q of an adult strength, my child Zyrtec, and one rescue inhaler, and I called it an aero chamber. I guess it's a spacer, inhaler spacer, and I'm using the smallest mask in an emergency. My bigger people can go without a mask. So let's see how it all fits. Okay, I want to show you what I decided on. Now, to be real with you, this is a beefy bag. Anytime you're carrying an inhaler spacer or any of those larger medical devices, it just starts to really take up a lot of room, but it fit. So here is what I decided on. I like having the auto-injectors over here, and I love how big this pouch is. So what I probably am going to end up doing is just keep this out. Now, I love, first of all, it's magnetic and they're strong magnets, and it has a carabiner on this little pouch too. So I'm just going to give this to my husband. He's just going to keep this and use it because his EpiPens have been just left in their box in his work bag all the time. And at least this way he has something that he can easily identify what it is, and he's not carrying around the box all the time. I'm going to set that aside, and he's going to carry that, and we're going to get another set of just regular EpiPens, and I'm going to carry all 4. If you've noticed, I put the Zyrtec for my littlest guy in here. No one else in my family has such allergy needs that I need to carry around Zyrtec for them. They also take tablets. So I'm going to put 4 auto-injectors in this pouch. I love how easy it is to access. I was kind of putzing with the Velcro or the elastic on this other bag, and so it's nice that they just slide in and they're the perfect size. I put my Band-Aids. I know I just have a couple Band-Aids here, and the Aquaphor in this pouch. This one, my one criticism of this bag was that this zipper got caught kind of on the underside, the mesh on the other side. If you have a lot of little items, this is perfect, like tablets and things. I'm probably going to get some Benadryl tablets that I use for my older kids, as well as pain medication. I'll add that in here because it's always good to bring some Advil and whatnot where you're going. And the aero chamber, the spacer did fit. This was my concern, whether or not it would actually fit in here. So I just put the smallest pediatric mask, 1 rescue inhaler, and 1 inhaler spacer in here. It does fit. Okay, it's huge. I am now carrying I keep calling it a diaper bag, but I'm carrying like a backpack around with me, one of the cuter ones. Just because I need to have these with me all the time, and I didn't feel like when I was having my smaller purse with me that I was remembering to bring everything. So this big bag it's big, but if you have to carry these things with you, it is what it is, and you just make the most of it. I love the pockets on this. I love how you can organize everything in their own little place, so you're not digging through bags trying to find what you need in an emergency. Probably what I'm going to include in this, I'm going to include Advil, tablets. I don't have any liquid for my youngest, and I need to look into even if he could have the tablets, because those might have dairy. Again, if you have lots of food allergies, especially dairy, make sure you're aware of whether or not tableted medication contains lactose. That medical grade lactose, I've heard some people can handle, some people can't. We haven't tried it yet, so it's just something we need to be aware of. So this is perfect to carry those little things in it and keep them all organized. One thing I do like is that this plastic, I'm going to print out labels with my label maker, especially if I was carrying more than one thing that looks similar. I had originally thought I would put multiple inhalers in these pockets and label whose they were, but I realized that in general, this is going to be a bag I keep with me, and so it needs just emergency medicine for anybody in my family. If we're traveling, I'm going to need to bring everybody's daily inhalers, everybody's spacers, all of that. And so obviously you know, 3 kids spacers, 3 kids masks are not going to fit in this bag. So this is a bag that I would bring, you know, for a day trip, just to have my most important things with me when we're going to be home in the morning and the evening to do our daily medicine. All right, well, I hope that this look at the AllerMates bags has helped you decide if you need to purchase one for yourself and which one might be helpful. Keep in mind, if you're looking at this video to decide on bags for your kiddo to self-carry, Auvi-Q, or not Auvi-Q, AllerMates sells an Auvi-Q bag that's half size of this because it can fit 2 Auvi-Q back to back inside of a little case. So if your family is dedicated Auvi-Q users, they have ones in cute colors. I think I saw purple and blue. And if that's the case, you may or may not need the ones with the temperature strips in them. If it's for your child to self-carry, you know, that's up for you to determine. I really like having the assurance of knowing how hot they're getting inside of these cases because this is insulated to help with some of the temperature regulation. But you can do whatever you feel that you need to, and make sure you remember, if you leave them out in a hot car for a significant amount of time, discuss whether or not you need to get new auto-injectors with your doctor or your pharmacy. I know it's painful when that happens. The first time we had that happen, it was left out overnight in the freezing weather, and they froze solid. And yeah, it's painful when you have to replace medicine that's so important to you and is gotten really expensive. I hope that you find this video helpful. Please check back to my channel. I'm hoping to get around to editing some more cooking videos soon. Whew, it's been a humdinger of a spring so far. We have a puppy. We've been sick so much, and finding time to edit and all the things has been a challenge. But please stick with me if you've been following my channel, and know that I'm trying to get more content out, and as soon as I can, I will get it out there, because there are a lot of ways to make your allergy life easier, and simple recipes is one of the ways to do it. All right, keep in mind that you can still have your happily ever after, even with your food allergies. God bless you. Bye.